Road to 340,000, episode 10. April was pretty bad, 7,500, which means quarterly target is 7,500 against the 100,000, so we are behind, which is okay. Yearly target on the 340 is at 67,500. There's nothing really to blame last month. I had something happen, may have taken my eye off the ball. I continued working during that time. Whether it was the most effective work, whether it was planned work, whether I was giving it my all is potentially a different story. I don't think potentially it is a different story. And yeah, last week, that would technically be May, but I'll go into a little bit later, but just took my eye off the ball and didn't react quick enough. Which comes back to excuses, which is again something I want to talk about later. But anyway, so here's the update. So I said on the last video I had 20,000 in the pipeline. One of them didn't go through. He did get an offer, but they offered him 10,000 under what he was looking for, which a bit of waste of time. But he had another offer which was offering him more. I even told him to take it. It made sense for him. So yeah, that was a bit of a nightmare, but the other one went through, which was 7,500. So looking at last month, I've been slacking on the first stage interviews, which is just getting that candidate. It just means I'm not getting enough products out there. And so that's going to be a KPI for the week, is just product out there, i.e. candidates. Good candidates, and getting those candidates first stage interviews. So I'm going to raise that KPI for this week just to get things started again with that. I'll be starting the videos again every Monday with all the KPI followers, because I've just been slacking on that. And again, it comes back to, as soon as you start slacking on one thing, and the rest of things you start slacking on. So back to consistency with that. I'm going to start tracking hours like before. I feel like in the first 2 months when I was tracking the hours and had a KPI with the hours, I thought that was just unneeded because I work a lot of hours anyway. But I think it's important, especially for the people that are following this and watching this. I'm going to bring that back and put a big hefty target in for this week and probably dial that back a little bit. I don't really want to go into last month. It is what it is. It could have been a 20 grand month, but it wasn't. I don't think me doing anything would have changed. I don't think my attitude towards work would have changed last month. It was a rebuild month. I think 20 would have been good, and it just didn't pull off. The bigger deal is the one that didn't come off in the end. So I don't think anything would have changed last month, but I think my setup for this month could have been a lot better if I was on 100%. So I'm still pretty. There's not pretty about it. I am confident I will do at least 40,000 this month. I've got a very big deal that I think will go in, as well as lots of other good things happening. So it will be, in my opinion, minimum 40,000, but I think it should be more, and it needs to be, being the biggest one. So findings from last month: planning is everything. Planning is going to happen every single morning. A to-do list, plan, because that just makes your day easier. And you need to be, and I said this in the last video, constantly evaluating where you are at. Just evaluate. Where am I? What did I want to do that I said I was going to do that by the end of the day? Did I get that done? What does that mean for tomorrow? That makes things happen a lot quicker as well, because you're constantly planning, constantly looking at the weeks ahead. A bit of something I found, just when you're finding yourself, life overwhelms you sometimes, you have to crack on. But whether that means you take a half day, like just stop for the day, take the half day, do some things that are good for you, whether that be getting out of the house, going for a run, you know, just watching TV doesn't count. I don't think that's not conducive to, you know, helping yourself not feel overwhelmed, but having a you half day or a you day to make sure that how you're feeling doesn't continue into the rest of the week. Last week, I was just not in a good way. And what I easily could have done on Monday is just taken a me day, which would have meant that the Tuesday to Friday were great days, but instead I kept on trying to push through. And it just means that the work week was just shit, and I could have just taken a half day or a day and made the rest of that week good. So in your mind, when you're thinking, no, I need to push through, hang on a sec, no, let's bring it back a little bit. Let's restart. Let's do some good things for yourself. Like whatever that might be, just something to let you reset, calm your mind down a little bit, and then go again. But don't let it go into the next days. And the other thing is just any excuses I might come up with just need to stop. You know, I'm pretty good. I'm not a big excuse person anyway, but sometimes I do, and it's, you know, it's why. And everything you do in your life is down to you. If you haven't hit a target, it's down to you. You can't blame other things. You can evaluate and get better, but yeah, and not that I do this really anyway, but no blaming, no excuses. Everything is down to you. So KPIs for the week, I'm going to stick with the minimum 50 calls. That's been good. I've got some good candidates, so I'm just going to keep that up. I'm going to aim for 15 first stage interviews this week. So I'm going to up that. Let's get some momentum going, especially looking at next month as well. So continue with the 3 LinkedIn posts. I want to find 4 new candidates. It's usually 5, but I've got shitloads of good candidates on. So yeah, I'll just put that down to 4 for the week. And this week I want to do 65 hours. That is the target. So yeah, look, we are behind, but that's okay. This month will be good. Next month will be very good, and then that will bring us back up to where we need to be to hit the 340. So, yeah, good luck this week.